To the Township Committee meeting of May 26, 2026. An executive session was held at 6:33. We are now reconvening. Ms. Brake, please call roll.
Committeeman Britting?
Here.
Committeewoman Gomez? Committeewoman Ham? Sorry, there's an echo here.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Lapani?
Here.
Mayor Payne?
Here.
Administrator Ferrer? Attorney Willard?
Here.
Please join me in a salute to the flag. As we have no approval of minutes, I'd like to begin a proclamation and recognize one of our police officers for his truly heroic efforts. May I have a motion and a second to go out of order and move the proclamation for Officer Weckenman to up on this evening's agenda?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeewoman Hand?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lapani?
Yes.
Mayor Payne?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Come forward. Officer Weckerman is on duty, so I wanted to be cognizant of that fact and get him back on the road as quick as possible and go find more barns to put out. So, Patrolman Weckerman, while on his way to the 2026 Police Unity Tour, observed a fire at 889 Amwell Road with flames coming out of the rear barn window. Patrolman Weckerman responded to the back of the property to ensure that no children or animals were inside the burning structure. After calling 911, ironic, and providing status updates, Patrolman Weckerman ran into the burning barn to remove power equipment and a gas can full of fuel from the burning barn, preventing the further spread of fire. He then located the owner and evacuated everyone in the residence. While waiting for the fire department to arrive, Patrolman Weckerman assisted with traffic and also picked up a small Dachshund dog who was frightened and running into traffic. Literally does not get better than this story. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the Mayor and Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby recognize the heroic efforts of Patrolman Christopher Weckenman, appreciate his commitment to the residents of our town, Hillsborough, and congratulate him for being a shining member of our community. Thank you. You don't? Okay. He doesn't want to say anything. But if your house is on fire, he's coming for you, I promise. Yes, of course. Come. Get it? Okay. Do we Sorry, wait. Mom wants one. Hang on. You're welcome. We'll give them a second to. You all right? Excuse me, I have a curl that's stuck. Okay. So for my remarks this week, we have, on May 7th, I had the joy of attending Puppy Yoga, hosted by Borough Safe and the Hillsborough Millstone Municipal Alliance. Puppy Yoga is just one of the events presented to to raise awareness for Mindful May, or National Mental Health Month. I'll get better, I promise, I'm sorry. At the Hope for Tomorrow Mental Health Fair on May 14th, I presented members of the Hillsborough Millstone Municipal Alliance with a proclamation recognizing May as National Mental Health Awareness Month. The Alliance's Mindful May initiative and Hillsborough's status as a stigma-free community serve as vital reminders that it is okay to not be okay, and that seeking help is a true sign of strength. With 1 in 5 adults experience mental illness each year, the goal is to ensure every resident feels supported and empowered to prioritize their well-being without the fear of judgment. On May 17th, it was a very busy day for the semi-quincentennial celebrations here in Hillsborough. I started it with a visit from George Washington at Flounder Brewing on his beautiful horse Nelson before a lecture on tap. Then on to the parish of St. Joseph's to listen to the amazing voices of the Raritan Valley Choral Society as they sang of Thee We Sing, an American songbook. The rain may have canceled our parade, but it certainly couldn't cancel the gratitude for our veterans. It was a privilege to honor our local heroes during the annual Salute to Military Service breakfast. We had a full house and, excuse me, sorry. I'm sick again, you guys, I'm sorry. And the morning was made truly special by the moving tribute from Grand Marshal Frank Polizzi. A heartfelt thank you goes out to VFW Post 8371 for your generous donation to the Girl Scouts, for your invaluable assistance, and to the Hillsborough High School Chorale for your beautiful performance, along with a solo by Molly Campbell singing Amazing Grace a cappella. This event would not have been possible without the hard work of our Hillsborough Township staff, especially the Parks and Rec Department, Public Works, and Administration Departments. And we can't forget IHOP. Thank you for pivoting and making this morning such a success. Most importantly, we extend our deepest thanks to all of our veterans and their families. We are forever grateful for your service and your sacrifice. Hillsborough Township is excited to host its annual Family Fun Day and fireworks on Saturday, June 27th at Auten Road Intermediate School. This year's events carry special significance as a grand celebration for the United States semi-quincentennial marking 250 years of American independence. The festivities begin at 5 p.m. with a deep dive into Americans' roots. The event kicks off with a reenactment by local Boy Scout Troop 1776, followed by a performance of the Rogue March by the West Jersey Artillery's Fife and Drum Brigade. As the evening progresses, the energy shifts to the stage where the Somerville School of Rock will take a more modern approach. Starting at 7 p.m. during the musical intermission, the New Jersey Harmony Chorus will perform a series of patriotic tunes to keep the celebration in high spirit. In honor of the 250th anniversary, attendees can visit a special commemorative family photo booth to capture memories of the milestone and visit the Hillsborough Township tent to receive exclusive semi-quincentennial souvenirs. Our celebration will also feature the activities and food that are family fun traditions. I'm thrilled to serve as Hillsborough's mayor during this historic milestone. That I get to celebrate with Hillsborough's residents is definitely one of the highlights of my year. Deputy Mayor.
I'd give you some water, but you don't have it.
I know, I have a candy.
Need a sippy. All right. That'll just echo the mayor's remarks of this past weekend with the Veterans Breakfast. It's truly like my favorite event that we do to honor our vets, and just to see them to get together and bond and just share a few stories. And then the chorale and their singing always makes me tear up, quite honestly. So it's very emotional, and I'd like to thank the township for continuing this tradition. And someday when I'm not on this office, I still want to be able to go and to attend. I'll crash it if I have to, because it means that much to me. So thank you. So with this rainy weather, I actually spent the whole weekend watching documentaries on History Channel and everything else about the Revolutionary War, Korean War, Vietnam War. So I took the opportunity to immerse myself in the 250th anniversary of our country. And I just say that there's plenty of good documentaries out there. Just as a refresher, you probably know the history, but it's always good to watch it. It kind of just brings out some more patriotism, and also maybe you learn something you didn't know. But as we approach Independence Day, we honor Hillsborough's legacy as New Jersey Victory Town. Strategically vital to the Continental Army, General Washington utilized the Saraland Mountains to drill his troops while local Revolutionary War heroes and militia defended the front lines. Now a proud revolutionary NJ community, Hillsborough continues to preserve these historic contributions as a cornerstone of our nation's birth. Here are some announcements as they relate to the 250th anniversary. Is there anything that we're announcing? Nope? Okay. I'm teasing. I didn't know if there was videos, but okay, we're good. Yeah. So first one is fire hydrant painting. For all our artistic people out there, and those who just like to clean up some red hydrants, if you look to the left here, we are going to be painting. Hillsborough's bringing back a classic bit of nostalgia by partnering with New Jersey American Water and Sherwin-Williams to give fire hydrants a patriotic makeover just time for 4th of July. The project was inspired by residents who fondly remember similar celebrations during the bicentennial in 1976. And we wanted to create a creative way to commemorate the nation's 250th anniversary. Registration information for fire hydrant painting will be available next week on the website and in the e-news, and the first 60 to sign up will receive the free paint kit. So please, it'd be a great thing to do with your children if you got kids. Make them part of it. It's simple. Just throw some paint on there, make it look nice, and commemorate the 250th anniversary. Patriotic house decorating. Okay, for all those who like to bling out their house, this is your opportunity. We're going to do this. We used to do, obviously for the holidays we do it, but now we're going to break it out for the 250th. Break out your bunting. Show your patriotic spirit for a chance to win a Hillsborough Historic Bundle and a photo op with the mayor. Entries must be submitted by June 25th. Starting June 27th, we will release the interactive map so the community can tour the displays and vote for their favorites. Visit the Township website or see e-news tomorrow to register and help celebrate the semi-quincentennial. Where's Dad? Is she here? Not here. I always struggle with that word. In style. We also like to thank and celebrate America's 250th anniversary through the generous support of our community. All commemorative activities are funded entirely by private donations. Ensure these events come at no cost to taxpayers. We extend our sincere gratitude to the following businesses and organizations for making this milestone celebration possible: the Hillsborough Rotary Club, the York Fence Construction Company, Central Jersey Nurseries, Conkus Construction, Hillsborough Republican Club, HUD Med USA, Sherwin-Williams, New Jersey American Water, and Avalon Assisted Living. Businesses and organizations that would like to donate can donate. Contact Deb at the clerk's office for more information. Donations must be received no later than Wednesday, June 17th, to have your logo appear on the backdrop for the Family Fun photo booth. I also broke out, I don't know if you can see, my Betsy Ross flag here in commemoration of the 1776 and our 250th anniversary. So anything you got to show your patriotism, let's get it out there and make this a fun summer. If you haven't noticed, early voting for the 2026 primary elections begins today, May 26th. Their booths are open right now and runs through Sunday, May 31st at the Hillsborough Municipal Building. Please note that there is no voting on Monday, June 1st. Primary election day is Tuesday, June 2nd, and will take place at your usual polling location. If you're not sure, it should be written on the front of your sample ballot that you received in the mail. The engineering department reminds property owners that any planned change to the grading or topography of their property requires a township engineering permit because such changes can adversely affect adjoining properties. If the regrading exceeds 5,000 square feet, which is roughly 1/8 of an acre, as people want to understand how big that is, a permit from Somerset County Soil Conservation and a professionally engineered plan are required. For changes under 5,000 square feet, a homeowner may submit a sketch provided the topography changes clearly demonstrate no impact to any neighboring property. From our Hillsborough Human Resources, Hillsborough is hiring. Please see the Hillsborough Township website and e-news tomorrow for a list of the open positions. They're listed over there. But if you're interested, please look at our website. From planning zone, as election season approaches, it is a good time for a quick refresher on the local rules for campaign signs to ensure everyone stays compliant. Local signs are welcome in all zones, but there are a few important guidelines to keep in mind. Please make sure that your signs don't block or obstruct any traffic or safety signals, and remember these signs should never be illuminated. Most campaign signs require a zoning permit and must stay under 12 square feet in size. They can be displayed for up to 30 days during an election period, though they do need to be taken down within 10 days once the campaign wraps up. It is important to note, however, that these specific sizes and timing restrictions do not apply to temporary political signs placed on private property. Following these simple steps helps keep our community organized and safe while we are allowing everyone to share their support. And lastly, from my notes here, this is the time of year when the assessor's office conducts farmland inspections. We kindly ask property owners to comply with requests for access. According to NJ Division of Taxation, all farmland properties must be inspected at least once every 3 years. If you have a question, you may contact the assessor's office at 908-369-8077. And I'd like to end with, on May 9th, I attended the Hillsborough High School Hall of Fame induction. And I'd just like to congratulate the following students and adults that were inducted into 2026 Hillsborough High Hall of Fame. Brad Zoik, swimming. Lindsay Temple, swimming. Rachel Stoddard for swimming. Alexis Pisa for softball. Allison Shimko for softball. Alessa Vanderveer for softball. Coach Steve Molinauer, a wrestling coach, and our own former communityman Jim Rue as a contributor to the school. And that's all, Mayor. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So while I was reading quickly, I did miss one important but mighty mention here to congratulate the Hillsborough High School girls track and field team on their historic achievement of capturing their 10th state sectional championship title. And I missed it, I'm sorry. So, Committeeman Britting.
Thank you, Mayor. And I think I'll just do the call. Were they 9-0? It's the girls' flag football team, too, I think. I'll just get from memory. I mean, they're crushing people. I think they won by almost 50 points this last game, something like that. It was crazy. Really, really congratulations on that. It's great athletes here. All right, health. So Somerset County is holding its next Household Hazardous Waste Collection Day on June 13, 2026 at the South County Public Works Garage, 410 Roycefield Road, Hillsborough, New Jersey, 08844, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. I didn't have to read the zip code. I think we all know the zip code. Sorry about that. So recreation. So carpenter bees. My boys are obsessed with carpenter bees and bees. They think they're so cool. And Disney, by the way, has a really good documentary on bees if you're looking at it with your grandchildren or children, Disney Plus. As the warmer weather settles in, you may notice an increase in local wildlife activity, particularly from carpenter bees. These industrious insects become much more active this time of year and are frequently spotted hovering around fences, gazebos, and other wooden structures throughout our township parks. While these bees are a natural part of our ecosystem, we encourage visitors to remain mindful of their presence while enjoying the outdoors. They are genuinely docile and focused on their nest, but giving them a little extra space ensures a peaceful environment for both our residents and those local pollinators as they go about their seasonal work. They sometimes will do a dive bomb on you pretty heavy, too. You have to be careful. They're big guys. So next one is a swimsuit and the goggle drive. So donate swimsuits and goggles to save lives. In New Jersey, bathing suits are required for swimming lessons. Help more families access swimming lessons to reduce the danger of drowning. Donations can be dropped off at the Hillsborough Municipal Building, Hillsborough YMCA, and Pinnacle Health and Fitness. Last one from me, Mayor, is from Social Services. The Hillsborough Senior Citizen buses provide safe and dependable transportation for individuals 60 and over. This service provides curb-to-curb service for a variety of essential activities to help keep seniors independent and thriving. It's a fantastic service in this town. I'm very proud that we have that. Arrangements for transportation can be made by calling the Department of Social Services at 908-369-3880. The bus operates Monday through Friday between 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. All passengers must first register to ride by providing a complete registration form to the office. This form can be found through the link on the Social Services webpage or by calling the office. That's all from me, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Committeewoman.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. All right. So again, I don't know if any of you were able to attend the Memorial Day Veterans Breakfast. It was a very meaningful event. I'm sorry the weather has not worked out for us over Memorial Day. I feel like each year we seem to get a lot of rain that weekend. Shifting gears, wanted to congratulate the Hillsborough Middle School. We had 100 students from the Hillsborough Middle School that participated in the Somerset County Teen Arts Festival at Riordan Valley Community College. So this was an exciting display where they had dance, art, all different types of displays, and it was just wonderful that 100 students from our middle school were represented. So congrats to all of them. Switching to OEM, as summer is upon us, the weather is very nice this week. With summer and hurricane seasons approaching, Hillsborough Township OEM, that's our Office of Emergency Management, encourages everyone to take proactive steps. Now is the ideal time to sit down, check your household emergency plans and your supplies, refresh any of your supply kits, water, things like that, water, batteries, non-perishables. Now is a great time to refresh, make sure everything is accessible and within date. Stay informed. It is critical to not only have your stocked kit, but also ensure that you're signed up for the official township alerts and notifications. By verifying your contact information, monitoring the local weather updates, you can ensure that you and your neighbors remain safe, connected, and ready for whatever the season may bring. From the police department, again, summer's approaching, so we are reminding all Hillsborough residents not to leave pets unattended in the car. It is especially important as the weather heats up. If you come across a pet in a car that is unattended, if you cannot immediately summon the driver, the owner, please call the police. Also, and I know Committeeman Lapani had discussed political signs from a size and zoning perspective. The police would like to remind everybody that it is illegal to steal political signs. Signs are posted on private property, can only be removed by the property owner. And anyone caught stealing signs can and will be charged as a disorderly person and fined up to $1,000 and serve jail time of up to 6 months. That goes under the category of not worth it. So don't do it. Leave the signs alone. All right, National Night Out. The Hillsborough Police are hosting their annual National Night Out coming up on August 5th from 5:30 to 8. And I believe it's at Mountain View Park. It doesn't say on here, but it should be at Mountain View. It's one of the really fabulous events. All of our first responders are out there. It's just a wonderful, wonderful evening. So please put it on your calendar. All right? Thank you, Mayor. Back to you.
Thank you. Moving on, we have some personnel items. So we will hear all of the comments first. After that, if any committee member would like to vote on any of the personnel items separately, I'll give you the opportunity to do so. There's no need to take items separately for the purpose of commenting. Are there comments from the dais? None. We went out of order the last time. I just want to make sure. Are there comments from the floor on personnel items? Okay, seeing none, would anyone like to take any of the items separately? Awesome. May I have a motion and a second to approve personnel items 1 and 2?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeewoman Hand?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lapani?
Yes.
Mayor Payne?
Yes. Thank you. Consent agenda. We're going to hear all the comments first. After that, if any committee member would like to take an item off the consent agenda for separate voting, I will give you the opportunity to do so. There's no need to take the item separately for commenting or questioning. Are there any comments from the dais on the consent agenda? Excellent.
So,
Okay.
you're quick.
I
All right.
am.
So, question on, I was looking at number 2, the emergency services. Could you just speak a little, I don't know, who's our public health? Is that you, Committeeman Britting or Mayor? If you could just speak a little to this shared service agreement.
Beyond what was in the notes?
For the public, just so we can be clear on what this public health mutual aid agreement for public health
Sure.
emergency services.
I think I have that. I don't have it. It was on the agenda also. Do you have that by chance?
There's not a separate note on that one.
It was on the TC confidential packet. Do you have it available on your computer? Committeewoman Hand. Do you have that available on your computer? The TC.
I will look.
Can you read it? Thank you.
So the Township of Hillsborough, the Township of Berners, the Township of Branchburg, Middlebrook Regional Health Commission, Township of Montgomery, and Somerset County
Your mic's not on.
I'm sorry, I should know this. I've been here a while. The Township of
Reread it.
Hillsborough, the Township of Bernards, the Township of Branchburg, Middlebrook Regional Health Commission, the Township of Montgomery, and Somerset County desire to enter a shared service agreement for furnishing mutual aid for an emergency public health service in accordance with NJSA 40A:65-1.
Yep.
So that's what it is.
Thank you.
No, but, so I read that too. That's actually the proclamation, but I even looked at the resolution, and it wasn't clear. Are we talking about, God forbid, are we talking if there's another COVID and they need public health, we're going to supply public health to other towns, they're going to supply it to us? Like, it wasn't clear after reading the backup documentation. So I was hoping that somebody had additional information.
Clerk Brigg, do you happen to know what that entailed?
not, no.
Nothing, right? Okay.
I just didn't
Christian,
want to
was there
vote on it
anything
if we're not all
financially
totally
about
clear.
that at all?
I don't know anything.
I was just curious if there's maybe a financial impact of something.
It doesn't sound like it, but I don't.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not sure.
So
The one thing,
It's a collaboration effort. It's a collaborative. It's
it's
collaborative
just a
effort.
collaboration, right?
Every
all
municipality
it
in
is.
the state, every municipality in the county has a public health officer, and in the event one municipality is hit hard by a particular event, you guys agree.
He did the same thing.
Every municipality in the county and in the state has a health officer. And what they're indicating, though, is in the event one municipality in the county ends up to have a health emergency, the other municipalities will volunteer and, according to this agreement, contribute to answering that health emergency. It's mutual aid. So if Hillsborough has an incident within Hillsborough Township, the surrounding communities will come to Hillsborough's aid and help them and assist.
So-
Likewise, if there is something in another township, Hillsborough's health department will assist them. That's all it is. It's mutual aid. Same thing, mutual aid with police,
Fire, yeah,
everything
okay,
else.
perfect.
It's just
Excellent.
mutual aid.
Okay, great,
And-
thanks.
that was the clarification. I was wondering, God forbid, we have another COVID. That's the deal. All right, thank you for that. And then my other question was around, on number 6, this was a residential property included here with the resolution, and it talks about an agreement with the township.
Yep.
So, Mayor, could you expand upon this one?
I can. So 29 Horseshoe Drive has a stormwater facility behind it, and it's a home. There's a stormwater facility behind it, and we're going to execute maintenance for that. It's in the wording, but
Okay.
Mayor, yes, this is a private home. They came in. They
Yep.
are increasing the impervious coverage, I believe, by putting a roof over a certain outdoor deck. And in connection with that approval from the Land Use Board, they have to put some stormwater measures on their property. What is typical, and you might have seen it, it's kind of become routine. We have prepared a stormwater management maintenance agreement
Yep.
with respect to all. So anytime even a development application comes to the township, they have stormwater facilities that are approved on their property. And basically this agreement says to them, hey, you property owner, you're responsible for the stormwater management facilities on your property. You agree to maintain them in accordance with all DEP regulations. We, the township, have the right to inspect those to make sure that they're operating properly. And if they're not operating properly, we will let you know that, and you'll have to fix it. If you don't fix it, then we have the right to actually go onto your property, fix it, and then charge a lien against your property for that. So it's basically an enforcement document. It's letting the homeowner know you have obligations,
Yep.
please comply with those obligations. If you don't, the township has enforcement mechanisms if you don't.
perfect. Thank you.
Very helpful. Thank you. I had one more question. Did anyone else have questions?
Not yeah.
So my other question was around on number 1. This one was interesting. This seemed more like political theater. Can you speak a little to this one?
Sure, the League of Municipalities that all of us basically, I don't know if the right term is report into, but get guidance from, had posted a resolution for adoption to all mayors in the state. And this is one of the ones that we're adopting based on the league's guidance. So the League of Municipalities, every municipality reports into them essentially, like I said, and this was one that they selected. Help us to try and fight some of the health increases that are going on.
Again, it seems interesting because this is all part of like collective bargaining. So very, very interesting approach. Thank you so much.
Well, I'll just say, Kyle Collins, it's not really collective bargaining. This affects all towns. It's not a Republican Democrat thing. This is every municipality is fighting increased health care costs, which create undue burdens on the municipalities, and they've gone unchecked for years. And this is just all the municipalities to try and urge leaders to implement some reforms to help give some relief to the municipalities that are getting overwhelmed, which we'll discuss later today about this. And it's not political. It's strictly asking for help for the future, because it hasn't gotten better.
Okay, any other questions from the floor? He can do it.
I think it's on. It's on, right? Okay.
My first time. Good evening, Roy Fryman, 31 Snowbourne Place, Hillsborough, New Jersey. Consent item number 1.
Yep.
My name was misspelled. Thank you.
Noted. We'll let the league know. Thanks. Any other comments from the floor on the consent agenda? Excellent. Seeing none, does anyone want to take any separate?
I would take number 1 separate.
Sure. Can I have a motion and a second for the approval of consent agenda, number 1?
You want to do one first?
Yes,
So moved,
separate.
taking that separately, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so moved.
Can I have a second? Thank you. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeewoman Hand?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor, are we voting on one or are we?
We're voting on one.
Okay.
I thought we were voting to
I just
remove
wanted
it.
We're
to
voting on
confirm
number 1.
that, so we're
All
voting on
right.
one. So,
Try again.
okay.
No.
Committeewoman Hand?
No.
Deputy Mayor Lapani?
Yes.
Mayor Payne?
Yes. Okay. Consent agendas 2 through 6. Can I please have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeewoman Hand?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lapani?
Yes.
Mayor Payne?
Yes. The budget. 2026-05, ordinance to exceed the 2026 municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank. Further consideration and public hearing on May 26, 2026.
That's
What?
today.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Was I not supposed to read the date?
I was supposed to delete that.
Oh, okay. It's all good. May I have a motion and a second to open the public hearing for ordinance 2026-05?
So moved.
Second.
Wow. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeewoman Hand?
And this, I'm sorry, this says to approve the capping, not to open for public session.
This is
A motion and a second to open the public hearing for ordinance 2026-05.
I will open the public hearing, yes.
Deputy Mayor Lapani?
Yes.
Mayor Payne?
Yes. Comments from the dais? Comments from the floor? May I have a motion and a second to close and adopt ordinance 2026?
Hold on.
Okay.
Make sure he understands it's for that ordinance, not for the whole budget.
Good evening, I'm Gene Reinhardt. I've been 12 years with Senior Citizens Chapter A.
Yep.
And all of that time I've been involved with the executive committee. One thing I wanted to be sure of is that we've properly thanked the township for their support for so many years. If we've been unappreciative, we are sorry for that. But I know we've said it many times in the smaller groups and individuals, and certainly we mentioned it to ourselves.
Sir, I'm just going to pause you. I'm sorry. So this is actually, this ordinance specifically around the budget is for a municipal, like municipal budget appropriation limit to be increased. Your question is on the actual budget.
Okay,
Sorry.
is that,
So just one more.
Later.
One more cycle.
come back.
Yep, you can come right back. We know where you're going.
You'll have your opportunity.
Yep, stay close.
Coming soon.
Yeah, just, you might as well just stand. Okay. Are there any other comments from the floor on this ordinance specifically as it relates to the budget appropriation? Capping. Okay, that's what I thought. May I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeewoman Hand?
No.
Deputy Mayor Lapani?
Yes.
Mayor Payne?
Yes. Thank you. Okay.
Also, in your notes, I didn't include a roll call for this next one, which we will also need.
Okay.
Separate, okay.
So now we have a resolution authorizing the 2026 municipal budget to be read by title only. May I have a motion and a second to read the budget by title only?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call.
Comments?
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, it's just to
Oh,
read a
this is just
title.
the title. This is
It's
number two.
literally just to read the
Number
title.
3 is the budget.
I do have a comment, though. All right, so I am going to read a comment. This is from Committeewoman Jill Gomez. She was unable to attend tonight, so here we go. I regret that I cannot be present this evening and that joining virtually was not available. I appreciate the understanding of my colleagues and my constituents. I would like to thank our CFO and Deputy Mayor Sean Lapani and our other finance liaison for their hard work in what was a difficult budget process. Earlier this year, it became clear that several line items had increased significantly, putting us in a challenging financial position. Additionally, our surplus fund has significantly decreased over the years. In 2021, our fund stood at over $6 million. We ended 2025 with less than $3 million in our surplus fund, meaning half of it has been depleted in 4 years. As a direct result, our S&P credit rating, that's Standard & Poor's credit rating, has been downgraded for the first time in years, raising the interest rate on our municipal debt. We cannot continue on this path and must take concrete steps to reverse this trend. That means rebuilding our surplus fund, growing our revenues, and reducing spending, while continuing to deliver the essential services our community depends on. It will take years to improve our financial stability, but addressing it honestly and directly is the only responsible path forward. I urge my colleagues on the dais to be straightforward with our constituents and not mislead them into believing that everything is fine when it is not. Our residents deserve transparency and truth. The road ahead is difficult, but so is our responsibility to meet it with integrity. I remain committed to working with my colleagues towards a stronger financial future for our community.
So unfortunately, Committeewoman Hand, I think you meant to read that for the public hearing opening, not the title.
I'm okay.
So, yeah, on that part, you know, it was really unfortunate that Committeewoman Gomez couldn't be here tonight. She was the lead finance liaison to creating the budget. So we were really, you know, it was very unfortunate timing that she couldn't make the meeting tonight. So that said, can we have a roll call, please? For the, read the
By title
title.
only.
Yeah.
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeewoman Hand?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lapani?
Yes.
Mayor Payne?
Yes. Now, may I have a motion and a second for the, to open the public hearing for the 2026 municipal budget?
So moved.
Second?
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeewoman Hand?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lapani?
Yes.
Mayor Payne?
Yes. Okay, with that, we will now take comments at the proper point from the dais. Are there any other comments on the budget opening from the dais?
I'm not sure if Deputy Mayor's going to say anything since you're the second liaison, but
Well,
I have some things I'd like to say as well.
I'll just say that as you go through the budget, and Committeeman Gomez and I and Christian and Mr. Ferrer and and Harriet from personnel and a bunch of the people sat down, and we had to go deal with some strong headwinds, of which most of it was out of our control. We've talked about this last year, I believe, and actually one of the resolutions we asked for help for was healthcare costs going up 20+% year over year, pensions, electrical costs. You know, you get it, obviously your own budget at home when you get your bills, right? You see how much things go up. Our government's a zero, is a balanced budget. We can't go into a deficit like the state can, or the federal government. Our dollars have to match 0, 0. So this budget is a difficult budget. It actually, to be quite frank, does not provide additional services for the community. It actually removes services to our community. It takes away and puts more burden on some of our employees because we've had to do some restructuring. But essentially, this is what we had to do to keep the lights on, keep our police department funded, our DPW being able to plow snow, our offices filled with staff, enough to do that. But there is not a lot of excess ROI, I'll call it, coming back to the residents this year. And it's unfortunate because the fact of the matter is, people, that unless things change, because we live in a residential community. People always come to say, you know, we don't want all the building in town, right? We want to keep it a great place to live. We want homes. We want good schools, whatever. So the tax base falls upon the homeowner. We don't have a 22 corridor. We don't have a Edison shopping centers or whatever. So, you know, 80% of it falls on the residents. And the businesses like I own pay a good part of it also. But this budget, let's make no doubt about it, is a difficult budget. And Christian spent hours looking at everything for us, looking at every line item to see what we could do, and everyone felt the pinch. There isn't a person in this building, including ourselves, that didn't get affected by the budget. And we went internal first before we went external. So as you listen to the budget and you sit there and you ask why something may not have happened, or why this is the way it is, this unfortunately is the situation that's been presented us over the years by the escalating outside costs that we have no control over. And I don't know if it's going to get any better anytime soon. As the statement is from Ms. Gomez, there are headwinds in here that we're going to be facing. And it's just a matter of the fact of what it is.
I just want to add a comment to this evening. There has been a change from the state. We got a notice on Saturday that there is a slight change that we might have to make to the budget. So we will not be voting on the budget tonight, and also because our finance lead committee woman Gomez is not here, we're not going to do that. We need a majority, not just a 2/3 vote. So for those reasons, we're going to hold off voting this evening either way, just to put that in some perspective to you today.
Yeah, so the state didn't assign us a reviewer till Friday. We submitted the budget 3 weeks ago, Christian?
Everything went down to the state on April 30th.
April 30th. We didn't get someone assigned our budget to review it till Friday. And then they sent us comments Sunday morning
Sunday morning.
and Monday morning. So That's the fact is that we are answering questions and we haven't been certified by the state, but it took them 3 weeks plus to assign someone to even look at our budget. And I'll give you one other little tidbit. We got an email to tell you what's going on. This is unrelated to the budget, but we had bought a piece of property, 1170 Amwell Road, that was supposed to be a warehouse. And they had applied for an LOI with the DEP 4.5 years ago. They just got the LOI yesterday. And they gave it to us just to have on record that we own the property now. But 4.5 years to get an LOI to do a development if they had wanted to build on the property. 4.5 years to get a piece of property delineated LOI from the New Jersey DEP. That's insane, right?
Any other comments from the dais?
I'd just like to just add a little bit to what Deputy Mayor had mentioned, to just the ground for this evening, because I know a lot of people here for questions. I think it's important for you to have everything on the table. So we started the year, Christian, correct me if I'm wrong, about $870,000 in the hole, something like that, a little over $900,000. And that had to go towards higher pension obligations, rising joint insurance fund costs, and also substantial increases to health insurance. That's almost $1 million up front. I'm proud of a number of things in this budget that we were able to maintain. It was a very tough year, but first let me go just a few things that are very frustrating to me that I'm forced to vote for, or forced to vote on tonight, put it that way. So some of the senior program.
Voting tonight.
Oh, not voting, the next time, but just the next meeting, sorry. But there's 3 things that are just very frustrating to me. The senior programs and community services is number 1. Very frustrated that is something that is increasingly difficult to fund. Again, Deputy Mayor mentioned that we'd looked internally first, and there were a number of people internally that impacted. So I want people to keep that in mind when we're thinking about that and when you're coming up to talk. Infrastructure and road improvements, we're not doing as many roads as we could be doing, or had been doing in the past due to a lot of challenges relating to the budget, and that's very frustrating as well too. That's something we see, touch, and feel every day. And then parks and recreation, that's another area that I think in the future I'd like to see if we can invest a little bit more into, because the beautification of the town is very important. Just the last thing, just to ground as well too. So when you look at our township budget, you look at the 100% of the taxes you pay. It's a percentage, right? It's a big pizza, big pie, right? 100%. About 15% of that pie is the municipal portion. That's what we're talking about here. 65% or so goes to the school, another 15% so goes to the county, and the rest goes to open space and fire, something to that effect. 15% come to the town. Tonight, you'll probably see here, you'll see an 8.3% increase, but that's just to the municipal portion. So I want to make sure you're grounding on that as well too. That's essentially a 1.2% increase to that overall pie. I want to make sure we're grounded on that. What we're talking about tonight is not an 8.3% increase to the overall budget. So that you pay, that you pay. So I think it's important to state up front before we get into the conversation and take your questions as well too, because I want you to be fully informed. But thank you everyone for being here tonight. I'm really happy to see people here engaged.
With that, I'll open it up to the floor. If the audience will indulge me, sir. Thank you for patiently waiting.
So, yeah, I'll try to be brief. Just following up that we appreciate.
Can you
the
just state
many
your
years-
name and address for the record?
Name and
Name and
address,
address for the record.
please.
Okay, Gene Reinhardt, address 874 Amwell Road. As I mentioned before, I've been 12 years in Chapter A, Senior Citizens, most of that time on the executive committee, and we've appreciated the long-term support of the township to our senior citizens. We were surprised and, almost shocked to see that the budget was changed to 0 this year, rather drastic, and it kind of sent a message to us. But we recognize these are tough times, and you're working on it, and we appreciate that you recognize that the seriousness of how that impacts our organizations. So we only hope that there's some light at the end of the tunnel at some future time, that this could be reconsidered and we can enjoy some funding again and provide services ourselves to our senior citizen group. There may be others that would mention others, but we appreciate it.
Mr. Reinhardt, so I'll actually answer that for you. So I have an email here. So the bad news is you'll never see that money from the township again. The worst news is it was actually against state law that we were giving it to you in the first place. So New Jersey Archives, this is information. Can I read? I'm reading. So Diane Sherry, she's the CMFO and the QPA of Springfield, New Jersey. And under Section 3, Christian, the whole email didn't pop out, but do you have the law? No donation of land or appropriation of money shall be made by the state or any county or municipal corporation to or for the use of any society, association, or corporation, whatever. Do you have which law that came from, please?
I can pull it from,
Okay.
it's in that email.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it from my email.
Okay.
Just hang on one second, folks. Yeah, this is from the state. Christian, I can't find the, do you have the other half of that? Oh, you don't?
Sorry, no.
I will find the law that it is according to you, but it did come from the state of New Jersey. So, yep, go
So
on.
it's your interpretation that this applies directly to nonprofit organizations like Senior Citizens Group and
Any society, association, or corporation, whatever.
Sir, that doesn't mean that the township can't appropriate funds through its Rec and Social Services Department to support senior programs, which they can do.
okay, so it's programs for seniors or other groups, but nothing directly to those groups.
Correct.
I think what becomes problematic is just giving a check to a third-party group that is not a township entity, right? Even though you're a formed nonprofit. However, there's specific statutory authority that does allow municipalities to appropriate
Joel's
funds
in here. She would have
for senior rec programs, just like, just a rec program might benefit 5-year-olds playing baseball. Well, you know what? A rec program can also benefit our seniors, whether it's exercise classes that I know the township does, or those things. Yes, the township can do that. The question about the legality is whether we can actually just write a check and give it to a nonprofit organization.
So I found it. Okay. Committeewoman Gomez was inquiring again about the legality of our past appropriations to senior groups A and B. Since we aren't appropriating any funds this year for these groups, we just want to know if you agree with the wording of the law. And then this law comes from, and we can certainly post this for you. It's nj.gov/state/archives/docconst, CONST 47.html, and I can add a link in my e-newsletter to this exact document so that you guys can have it and see it for yourselves.
Okay.
Sorry? Let me click on it and see. Hang on. (1947) State Constitution. Yeah, that's a great, there you go. Assemblyman Fryman, there you go. It's a state constitution. I'm pretty sure it applies.
please
There
just
you
come
go.
to the mic and not talk in the crowd. Thank you.
So I'll send it out in the e-news. Did you have any other questions?
I don't know.
Just for clarity to the extra set classes and the YMCA programs are still existing for the seniors.
Stanley Whitehacker, 11 Stats Drive.
Thank you.
Well, I'd like to say a few words about the budget. I realize and I agree with you that we are in a difficult position. However, I don't see a way out of it. As I understand, well, I know the reasons. Obviously, the operating costs are high, state funding's been reduced throughout the years, so forth and so forth. What can we do about that? As the way I understand, the major chunk of expenditures is the personnel cost. Is there anything that can be done to curtail the size of personnel? For instance, even before the budget is approved, there've already been 3 renewed positions with a very generous salary increase in a range of $250,000. Okay? Now, I also understand that as soon as the budget is approved, there is already proposal for 29 new hirees. Most of those are, once again, the executive positions. Very few teachers are included.
Sir, we don't have teachers on our staff, and you're referring to the Board of Education.
I'm sorry?
You're referring to the Board of Education and their administrator staff.
Okay.
That's not us. It's separate. I'm sorry.
Well, that's not you.
No. So the Board of Ed has their own budget, which is separate from the Township Committee. I'm sorry, from the Township Municipality.
Okay, then
We have,
another remark.
sure.
I've been paying attention to some of your meetings. And I like to refer to your February meeting
Okay.
where you discussed the release of $5 million fund prior to the budget approval to cover some of the expenses.
Correct.
Now, the attitude that the majority display during that meeting is abhorrent. You know, I was upset just by reading the description of the meeting, the proceedings in the press. How the level of intimidation that was displayed towards the descending 2 personnel, members of the planning board. How the person was ridiculed by some of your members. It's beyond pale. Just because. Why? Okay. Yeah, because the person raised concern pointing out that of the hardship that many residents felt, yet from the last huge tax increase. And once again, you know, they are exposed to accept another one. The member was basically expressing concerns shared by me and hundreds of property owners. For that, she was severely ridiculed by a colleague. Now, this is really unfortunate. And I would expect this board to basically conduct the meetings in that fashion. The level of intimidation would be on pale. That's all I have to say.
So we're going to explain what the emergency appropriations are versus like an actual budget, if you would, please.
The temporary emergency appropriations, as we discussed before, were just mechanisms to basically fund the budget prior to adoption. It's basically the bridge between the temporary budget and where we are today. That's what they are.
Well, another thing, this meeting, the way you're conducting is very formal. It's too formal.
So for the public watching the meeting.
My time is wasted by even being here. You're talking among yourself, you're voting on something that most of us have no idea what you're voting.
So the audience.
Explain anything.
The audience comment was that our meetings are too formal. Yes, sir, we're aware. We do have to follow Robert's Rules of Order.
So there should be some explanation allowed for the audience.
Yes, I actually did a full video recently on that whole thing. Yep. Next question. Come on. You can queue if you want.
My name is Richard Gillio, Gillio. I'm with Chapter B. Thank you for your bad news in the first place. It's all you ever give us. But more importantly, we're old. We're all old. I'm 82. When are you going to get this matter straightened out so that I get a benefit of living here? I came here because I thought senior citizens, this was a great place to live. It's not. I'm paying for it. I don't understand what the hell is going on. I hear about Minnesota and all the graft and all the, I mean, what the hell is going on? It's not you people, it's the people above. They're stealing, they don't care. But in the meantime, we do care. All we're asking for is a fair shot. I'm going to have to, now Chapter B is gone. Are you going to build a senior center? What happened to the senior center you were going to build?
So we do have a builder who is building
For
a
what?
50.
We ain't going to be there. What the hell good is a building if we're not in it? That's exactly what I'm getting at. We're getting no services at all. You just built buildings. Those people don't know what's happening. I'm talking about the ones on Amwell Road and the ones over here. Do they know their taxes are going to go up? What do you think, they're going to go down? You talk about insurance. Who the hell cares about insurance unless you work for an insurance company? I have to put a roof on my house, right? Yeah, I do, huh? How come the people in Florida, they got to vote and they say, I don't want to change anything. Meanwhile, I got to pay for it. I live in Hillsborough. I don't live in Florida. The whole matter is screwed up. So you're talking to older people who are sitting here hoping that we'll finally get some good news. We're not getting it. Chapter A, Chapter B. What the hell's the difference? We're in Chapter Z. We all care about the few years we got left. That's all we got. I'm not going to get anything out of what I'm going to pay. Nothing. Zero. My wife says don't say anything. I have to. I have to say something because this is garbage. I need you like I need a hole in the head. My dog would do better than you people are going to do because you can't do anything. So what the hell good are you doing here? You don't even get a paycheck. You decided, I can't do it. You're an honorable person, but unfortunately, what can you do? You only make so much. I want millions and billions of dollars that's being stolen. Don't tell me it's not. You know where the governor was today?
Not today. I do know where she
Newark.
was yesterday.
Worrying about ICE. She's worried about ICE. How about here, the older people? The hell is she doing over there? They're trying to help us, not trying to hurt us. Maybe they're not helping us, but they're certainly not hurting us. Meanwhile, she's over there, or he, whoever the hell, I think it's a woman,
It is.
and here we're dying.
I agree.
But let me tell you something. You people are very nice. I'm not blaming you for anything. We just need help.
We are
need help, and you're
trying.
not going to be able to do it. I know it.
Yeah.
You may get the benefit out of what we're paying, but I'm 82. How long do I have left? It could be tomorrow. It could be next week, whenever it is. It isn't the point. The point is these people worked hard all their lives. All they're asking for is a few more decent lives. That's all.
So I thank you for acknowledging
Well,
that.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, but honestly, it matters, right? So, and
I
you do
think so.
matter, and what we can do for you at very little levels, we do try. The food that we give for the luncheons, the things that we do to subsidize, like we do try, right? And to your point, is it enough? No. And now we're not, to your other point, we're not garnished, like we don't get a stipend or anything anymore either.
You people are sweet. I'm not blaming you for
trying.
anything. We just need your help, that's all. That's all.
Believe me,
Thank you,
desperately,
honey.
we want to give it to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ma'am? I know.
Georgianne Vallis, 208 South Branch Road, Hillsborough. My husband grew up here. We have a road named in our family that we can't afford to live on, by the way. And I've lived here in my house for 50 years, and you are taxing me to the point where I'm going to have to move because I can't afford to live here. And when you talk about the Board of Education, I happen to know, because I looked it up before I came, 65% of my tax dollars go to the schools, a school that I have not had a child in since 1985. Okay, so I've been paying for your schools for 41 years while you continually build houses, apartments, affordable housing where those people don't get everything for free, and I have to support them. And now you're telling us that your budget is in the billions, and you tell us we can't have a few $1,000s to help run our own programs. There is no way that is fair, and you're taking the word of this Jill Gomez, who's inexperienced, young, and only cares about the bottom line of her children and the children coming up, because that's all you seem to care about anymore, are the young people in this town. What about all of us who've given so much all these years? When I came to Hillsborough, there was hardly anybody here. In the meantime, you have built around my home, and we won't even get into the water problems that you've created, my home, you've built 7 new houses around me, huge houses, all of them having kids that now I have to support. My taxes, because now I live in a higher end residential area because I've got mega mansions next door, my taxes have gone up $4,000 in 1 year.
Yes.
And you talk about your medical, you think Medicare doesn't go up? You think our taxes don't go up? Our insurance doesn't go up? I just got my house insurance bill. It went up another $300 or $400. My car insurance goes up. Our bills go up too. Medicare is not free, despite what Bernie Sanders may say. Right? Is Medicare free? And the supplements are even higher. So, we're not asking for a lot. Your budget is very big. Somewhere you can do a little bit. We have 2 clubs here. Both of them have over 300 members, not counting all the seniors that live in this town who don't have any, who don't belong to the clubs. How can you just ignore all of the seniors in this community who have given to you? I've given you 50 years of my tax money and my time, and I've never asked for anything in return. I've gotten nothing from Hillsborough Township ever. And you can't give back now that I'm a senior and belong to a club. You can't help supplement that just a little bit. It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. I think you're all wrong. And I think you owe it to us who've supported you, who have voted for you, and, have always gone along with everything that's going on in Hillsborough. You owe us something like that. You just can't ignore the senior community. We're a large part of your community, and you're chasing us all out.
So, thank you. Christian, just to clarify, we were giving $15,000 a year to each club, right?
We were giving $15,500 to each senior group.
Right, so why cut it down if you need to, but don't take it away completely? You just going from feast to famine.
But you just said a second ago, with all the rising costs that are going on, Hillsborough Township is not immune from these rising costs. We had to make some difficult decisions for this budget. I could read you the list of.
But you can cut somewhere besides all the senior programs. You could cut it down. You don't have to cut it out. I know you talked about the Board of Education, but as I pointed out, 65% of my tax money goes to the schools. And I just read in the patch that they just renewed contracts for 3 assistant supervisors, or whatever they call themselves, superintendents, for over $200,000. God, if I had $200,000 in Hillsborough, I'd be living like a queen. It's like, you're just, and you have some control. And I know the Board of Education and all this, but, you just can't keep spending. Nobody needs $200,000 to live on. Not when you expect us to live on 20.
Ma'am, we're not the Board of Ed.
Yeah.
You're the municipal.
I understand, I know you don't get a big salary, I already know that.
What I'm saying is,
But
I know you're not the Board of Ed either, but I'm
Board
just
of-
saying, but that's incorporated in our taxes. Is not education incorporated in our tax? It's a huge, huge chunk of our taxes.
If I may ask a question back, sorry, Christian, 1 second. So, if I may ask a question back, are either of the treasurers in the room from chapter? So, do you not have about $40,000 in the account? About $30,000 is the answer, okay. Can you come to the mic, please? You don't have to leave. I'm not trying to push you out. I'm trying to garner information for the public.
And while she's on her way, I just have
Sure,
to correct
please.
something. You had mentioned, so Committeewoman Gomez is not here tonight. This was not her doing, to be clear. This was removed from the budget when they received the draft, and it was determined, I believe you said, that you had done some research and
Well,
that
also
this
it's
was
against the
possibly
state
not
constitution.
legal. So just please, we just want to make sure that that's clear. This wasn't one person trying to remove this. So
We
please.
have, this is A. B is different.
Right,
We
he's behind you.
have about $30,000
Okay.
right now
How long do you think that can sustain you?
into sometime next year,
Okay,
about halfway, maybe not even halfway. I predicted that at the end of this year, we'll be down to 14.2,
okay,
and we spend more than your 15.5.
right.
So what we're going to have to do, just like you, we're going to have to increase dues considerably. We're going to have to, I've written it down here.
Good.
Okay, we're going to have to ask the members to contribute more to special events like luncheons and so forth.
Right,
And we're going to have to curtail some of our activities. We're not going to be able to do as much.
so here's
We're
what I
going
would
to do our
propose.
best to try to hold it together, but it's going to be a lot more difficult for us.
Here's what I would propose back, and I'll give you a chance to speak for B, because you're A, correct?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
A.
And you're A, okay. Just trying to get everybody straight. So here's what I would like to propose, that you work with our social services team to perhaps get food donated for the luncheon so that we can continue to do things like that. Also, to looking for grants to sustain some of the other programs that you like to do. There are options that we haven't had to look at before that we need to get creative with as this budget rolls through, right? So right now, we haven't looked at a grant for the senior services. We haven't looked at a grant for that. So if that's an opportunity that we can, capture, we will. So there are other things that we can do to get back this other subsidy. Maybe not in a financial form necessarily, but in other donations.
Mayor, may I also suggest they reach out to me as a social services liaison, the two treasurers. I'll work with you to figure out all the options that you have to try to help build that up. And we'll look everywhere.
One thing I just want to say, I looked at your budget. If I didn't happen to look at your budget, we would not have known that we were cut. Nobody told us when the president tried to get clarification. Nobody,
Who did she ask?
I guess she went to, first she went, she's not available.
Okay.
I don't know who she asked,
Okay.
but
You can always come to me.
I'll follow up on
finally
that too
on
for you, Mayor.
Wednesday,
Yep.
when she pressed it more, we got clarification. We were said it's a done deal. That's it.
Well, and like I always say, the facts matter, right? So it is a done deal, but if it were going against the state constitution, that's a whole different thing.
So
Sir?
the good news is this budget is not done. And I will tell you, I know where I can find $3,200 that we'll talk about here in a little bit tonight. So the budget is not done. And I think just all of you showing up and the fact that the budget, there is some changes going back and forth with the state, this just tells me that we should not be closing the public comment tonight, and that this public comment should continue into our June 9th meeting, if that's the meeting where we would look to adopt the budget. Because This is a very worthy conversation, and we appreciate the input.
Sir?
Yeah, well, I just want to add something to it. I mean, we're concerned that, raising taxes and all that, but we've been doing all of this, and all of a sudden now we're not going to be able to socialize or meet together anymore and perform tax, functions that we've been doing it.
And absolutely
like
nobody
the other,
wants that.
Chapter 8 president mentioned, we're going to have to raise, the fees and for luncheon that we've been doing it. And, like Chapter B also is in the same situation, pretty much.
And we're not looking to deplete your coffers either. So I think working with Committeeman Britting to get to an answer that can maybe make sense, we can find other things, other places. Again, we're not promising that it'll be financial, but it will be something that substantiates what you're missing out. Okay?
Another thing I just want to add on to it, I mean, we're all seniors. The youngest one in our club is 65 years old, and the oldest is 98.
Right.
So it's going to be hard for us to come up with something to raise money. So,
Well,
I
we're
don't
not
think that's an
looking
option
to-
for us to, to do that.
And we certainly don't want people who are already on a fixed income stretching it further.
And
Understood.
That also that too.
Yes, exactly. Sir, can you just give your name, I'm sorry, and address? Can you just give your name and address?
Julio Capra, 54 Murray Drive.
You didn't? Okay. Can you please too?
Okay, my name is Kathleen Page. I live at 200 South Branch Road.
Okay.
I've lived there over 50 years. I paid taxes for over 50 years.
Thank you.
I am Diana Reinhardt, 874 Amwell Road. I run trips for Chapter A. Now, there's a game you have to play. You have to anticipate getting out the deposit, and sometimes you're not getting the money in from your members because you have to get the deposits out. If our treasury is so tight, we won't be able to run trips because we won't have the money sitting in our treasury so we can make the deposits.
Right.
And most of our trips go. We have about 10 trips a year. We have to figure out, we try to make them balance. We don't make money unless we have a comp, and then that's very little, maybe $100 or $200 at the most if it's an expensive trip. We won't have any money in our budget to make these trips, the deposits. When I get the money, I give it to the treasurer. She has to go home and calculate it, and then she has to go to the bank. The bank holds it, but at the same time, I'm calling up the tour agent and saying, send me the invoice. So she got to get the invoice out before the money gets into the bank. If we don't have any money in our treasury, we won't be able to go on trips. And I think it's the same for B.
It is, yes. Thank you. Take your time. You have all night, sir.
My name is Chuck Sawyer. I live on 568 Montgomery Road. I've been a resident of Hillsborough for 52 years, come November. I'm living on a fixed income, okay? And I don't know all the ins and outs about your budget. I really don't understand about us being called a society, and you can't fund us. I don't understand that. I'd like to find out more about it.
Sure.
But I just would like, I also don't know how much the township contributes to Chapter A and Chapter B, all right?
We were contributing 15,000.
Whatever that figure is, okay? I just want to mention, couldn't help over the years, the senior citizens have lost ground in the parking lots, okay? There's employees with reserved spots who are empty a lot of times. They disregard the sign that says this parking lot is reserved for seniors. And I just would ask you to consider I don't know what's going on with the number of employees we have here in Hillsborough, but I can tell you by the parking spaces that are reserved for them, there's been a significant increase. And also I'm asking for, could you please look at, are all of these positions absolutely necessary? Corporations are cutting back left and right and condensing all over the place and economizing. I hope the same thing is going on here in Hillsborough, but I just don't, from my point of view, I don't see it happening, all right? Again, I'm on a fixed income and I'm trying to make ends meet, and I don't know how long I can stay here. But if you would just maybe consider looking at maybe the number of people that are employed here, are they all necessary? And I'll have to tell you one thing. I look at some of these road crews sitting at Otto Park, okay, with a Hillsborough emblem on the truck, sound asleep, and sitting there for hours at a time. Could that be looked at and maybe cut down some employment there or elsewhere and give us part of that just to keep us going? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Severa. Are you coming up? Oh, no, okay. Is anyone
Yes,
else?
as they're coming up, if someone sees someone sleeping behind the wheel of a vehicle, please reach out.
Yeah, definitely reach out.
We're not interested in paying for that. We all work really hard, and we expect everyone at the township, and I do believe that they are working hard. Please let us know if you see something that you don't appreciate in our town.
I have, and it's fell on deaf ears.
Sir, I will tell
Yes,
you that
hand at hillsboroughNJ.gov. Please email me. Thank you so much.
Sir, I will tell you too that just the other day when one of the senior, don't know which one it was meeting, there was a couple employees in employee-marked vehicles blocking some of the spots, and we were able to rectify it immediately with knowing that that was happening. To your other point, we have already reduced our staff by 6 this year alone, and those positions have not been backfilled, nor will they be. Are there any other questions from the floor? Come on.
I'm Michael Izzo, 102 Roycebrook Road. I'm Vice President of Chapter A. The President regrets not being able to be here. She's out of town because of the holiday.
Yes.
But I would just like to ask, based on the information we've received tonight, how did you fund A and B for over 50 years if it's illegal?
Does anybody know the answer to that question?
This is my first year, and
Yeah. Excuse me. Unfortunately, this predates most of us. I think the person who would be able to, I think the person that would be able to answer that most appropriately would be Administrator Ferreira, and he won't be back until our next meeting. But we will definitely post some information.
Let us know beforehand, unlike today where we had to find out surreptitiously that you were going to vote us off the budget. I also have one other thing I'd like to say.
Sure.
I'm a disabled vet. I have hearing aids in both ears. I have my hearing aids turned up 2 notches, and I barely can hear anybody in this room. The sound needs to be improved. Thank you.
Anyone else from the floor?
Philomena Solili. I've been a resident here for 44 years. And one of the questions I have, I'm not sure it's a question or a comment, is the $15,000 per year that you have a need to take away from each one of these, what kind of an impact is it going to have? Is it going to be a significant impact? Did you take that into consideration? Because I know in that number, there's other resources that you provide to the township. So maybe a little bit of clarity would help us understand, you know, $15,000, what is the impact going to be?
Yep.
On each one, Chapter A or Chapter B? Because we do pay for trips, and we do pay for luncheons, and we do pay for this, and we do pay for that. So the concern that I have is $15,000, maybe we need to take a look and see what kind of an impact it's going to have. It's a shock, it's a surprise, because we are senior citizens.
Yep.
But maybe that would help us to understand, you know, why it was necessary, number one, which you explained, attempted to explain, but it's challenging.
For sure. So I appreciate that. First of all, I just want to clarify, it's $15,500 to each organization, just to be fair. And, right, so again, I know that Committeewoman Gomez questioned it. I don't know what made her question it. So that's neither here nor there. So as secondary to finance, was there ever any discussion that you can elaborate? Was there ever any discussion that you can elaborate on around the senior and the legality of this constitution?
There was really no real discussion. It was brought up by Ms. Gomez, and in discussions where we looked at everything in this budget. And to answer the question, you know, we did, I forget who it was, but we did reconsolidate positions. We did lose 3 full-time employees. We cut back part-time employees from 25 to 20 hours. We cut back other employees from 20 to, so everyone, like I said, was done. We faced a significant deficit that we had to come up in our levy cap, which is basically the spending cap there's 2 different caps that we have to get under. And the other thing is that we're only allowed to go up to a 2% increase too. So we can't just quote unquote raise taxes to fund the difference, which none of us wants to do, right? We don't want, it's bad enough or hard enough to go up 8%, right? But if we had to cover all the things that we had to cut, it would have gone up substantially more, and we really couldn't even do that by law. So like I said, the fact of the matter is, and I think the gentleman said for me, everyone's costs are, you know, he kind of just was yelling at everybody, and I, you know, didn't take it personally. It's the same thing. I own a business in town and have to pay things that I can't control. The revenue that we generate in this town is only 3 ways: either grants, taxes, and fees that we collect in inspections and everything else, right? So we can't magically just go generate more money into the township to help offset the costs that rise. When there's building going on, which the young lady in the back said all these homes are going up, but that generates revenue because we have to do inspections, and then they will pay taxes, and they will offset some of yours. So, but it does. Wait. I wasn't going to go there. I mean, affordable housing aside from whether we are in favor or not, it brings revenue. I'm just talking about revenue generating into the township to alleviate the burden of the taxpayer, right? We get money from the state to part of the school board gets money from the state. We haven't had an increase in aid from the state of New Jersey in, I was a Christian, 20 years, 10 years, whatever.
So, Deputy Mayor, I just want to bring us back to focus.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, so it's...
Was there anything regarding the seniors as a discussion point between you and Committeewoman Gomez?
Not much, no.
Okay, great. So as I mentioned, excuse me.
Mayor, I'm
No,
sorry.
I was speaking. Excuse me. So as I mentioned earlier too, we will continue to work through Committeewoman Britting with our social services team to see how we can offset some of these deficits. Again, not sure if they'll be financial, not sure if there's grants out there, but we will absolutely work and see what we can do to help both of the chapters. Now you may speak.
Thank you. Mayor, I had gotten clarification. Committeewoman Gomez and Deputy Mayor Lapani had just questioned the legality as it was brought to them by our CFO. So again, this wasn't something that they came up with on their own. It was brought to their attention and they asked for clarification. That was their role.
Right, I'm trying to understand how they came to question it as a legality. You questioned it, you caught it.
Yeah, when I see
Oh,
that-
okay.
I can explain,
That's what I was asking.
yeah, okay. I can explain to the woman's question about how
Someone help me.
we arrived here at our budget. When we first sat down around mid-February to actually put the budget together,
Your mic.
it's on.
Oh,
Can you all hear me?
sorry. Okay.
Sorry. When we put the numbers together for the budget, our first approach, my first approach, was to basically fund the township if we wanted everything to be funded. We're talking about positions, 7 positions in our construction office that are unfilled and unfunded. We have positions in other departments that are unfilled, unfunded. We added money to OE because, as we are all talking about, the costs are going up in every single department, right? We have everything that you could think about, costs are going up.
OE is operating expenses.
Yes, in the budget document, thank you, Mayor. In the budget document, the money's broken down by basically 2 buckets, salary, wage, and OE, which is other expenditures. That money is pretty much an allowance that is for the department to basically operate their department. So when we put everything together in the budget, the first result was when Deputy Mayor Lapani was mentioning about the 2 different caps, the spending cap and the levy cap. We were over by $2.5 million on the spending cap. We were over by $2.7 million on the levy cap. Clearly, the first approach was not going to work. The second approach that I took was to basically, okay, let's bare bones the budget to see what we can do to basically keep our lights on. When we did that approach, that we were still over by roughly around $800,000 on the spending cap and roughly a little bit more on the levy cap. That was when we sat down with our finance liaisons, and that's when we had to make the tough decisions to get to where we got today. I know it sounds like it's only 30 grand, but let me tell you how we got to the 30 grand and what the decisions we had to make to get to the 30 grand. We no longer have floater coverage starting May 1st. We reduced hours for most of our part-time staff. Most of our part-time staff are elderly seniors. We had to reduce their hours. All departments received a 3% cut in their OE to basically operate their department, which is the services that they provide to you guys, the residents of the township. We have positions that I mentioned before that are going unfunded. We have inspections that are happening throughout the town where there's a backlog of 6 to 8 weeks because not only can we not find people because we don't pay them enough to do the inspections, we can't fill the positions for the inspectors to do the work for the inspections. That's how far back we are. That's the money we don't have. The governing body is going without pay starting July 1 through the rest of the year. We had to reduce or eliminate prior year appropriations. The senior contributions are one of them. We had to tap reserves. Normally, as a CFO, I would love to be budgeting in our budget each and every year reserves in case we have the unexpected incidents, COVID, storm recovery. We had storms this year in January and February that cost over 300 grand that we had to basically raise in this year's budget because we don't have a reserve in our storm recovery trust to actually pay for these expenditures. Even one of our budget comments that the state provided to us, because if you all remember last year we did a budget, we did a special emergency for the severance liabilities for the people that are retiring. We call them cost outs, right? We owe them their personal time off. That was in the neighborhood of 350 grand. The state literally came back with our budget comments for this year, and they wondering why, if we did the 350,000 note last year, why we're not budgeting money for the accumulated absences this year. I wish I could put $200,000 into that line item so we could start building up our reserves. We don't have the ability to do that. We also had to lay off 3 staff members. So on April 27th, 3 people that worked here, one of them who has worked here for 20 years, had to get walked out the door by the end of that week. These weren't easy decisions that any of us had to make to get here. So I appreciate your concern about the 31 grand. I do. It wasn't an easy choice. But when I look at the numbers that I mentioned earlier, when we had to come and actually arrive at a decision, a voluntary contribution to a group was far outweighed by keeping employees in the building. I'm sorry if that's not what you guys want to hear. I really am sorry if that's not what you hear, but we literally are having trouble here. We are going to be back in the same position next year.
Come to the mic. Come to the mic, please. Sir, can you come to the mic?
Of course.
Yeah, the guys above you, not you, the guys above you are causing you to have to do what you did. These young people need a job. They got to work. I don't give a shit if there's 5 extras. They've got to work. How are they going to pay their bills? Who wants $1,500 a month for rent? Where are they going to get that from? Up in the tree? You got to work. You got to at least show up. Now, you talked about a guy with 20 years in this business, in your company. You shouldn't have to do what you had to do. What we have to do is attack the people above. They're crooks. Most of those people are millionaires. They don't need the job, but they steal. Nobody takes a job and not want money. You got to steal. I'm telling you, I had a president of companies I worked for. You think they made $50 a week or $100 a week? They made thousands a week.
Yep.
Hundreds of thousands a week. And you people are worried about a guy with 20 years of experience. He needs the job. That poor guy is paying the freight for everybody. And so are we. The young people need to work. I was young. All our money is old. We have old money. We didn't make 50. My nephew makes $50,000 a year. My boss was lucky to make $50,000 a year. I never made $50,000 a year that I can remember. But even if I did, I used it. We are gray-haired people. We're the only ones with money. That's it. That's it. My daughter lives with me. She can't afford to live on her own. You people know what I'm talking about. You have family. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I'm tired of talking. But my wife says, don't say anything. I don't give a shit what she says.
We love him. You bring him every
gotta
meeting.
talk.
I know.
But am I right, guys? I mean,
So you're not wrong.
And ladies, I'm not saying anything that all of us feel.
I know. Listen, I have an adult daughter.
But it's a shame because you people have no control over it.
We don't.
You don't. And the school budget, let me tell you something. The man was right. It isn't the locals. It's the people above. That lady that runs the union is still working. That broad made about $500,000 a day.
Sir.
The teachers don't make it. It's the people above that make it. Wake up.
Yep.
But we're dead. You know what? You're going to be raising taxes in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Where are you going to get the money from? Up in the sky? Where are you going to get it from? You got to tax us. I can't afford you anymore. But where am I going to go? Florida?
Right.
Where am I going to go? Now Florida's they're going to do it. They're going to do it. They have to do it. They don't have a choice.
Yeah. Thank you. Come to the mic.
Come to the mic first.
The spending cap that you gentlemen mentioned has been raised to 3.5% long time ago. And in addition, you are able to take some expenditures from under.
Folks in the back, if you're not at the mic, please lower your voices. Sir? Please.
Kathy and Julie, 64 Michelle Lane. So I think you've shocked us twice here. Once is you're getting rid of our budget for this year. And the other thing is this legality thing that none of us know anything about. And it seems to me that that needs to be researched further. What do other towns do? I came from Piscataway at one time. They have a beautiful senior center, bunch of stuff for their people. And it seems like you've given us like no choices here. I know you're going to try and find other avenues to try and give back through grants or whatever.
Yep.
But something is wrong with this picture. That's what I think. So,
Thank you.
Mayor, if I could, because I do want to have an honest conversation. So with respect to her comment, again, there's nothing in the law that prohibits appropriations for our seniors through our senior services department.
Correct.
The issue is giving
This
them a
way.
check directly and say, here, go ahead, do whatever you want.
Right.
But your comments are on point still because, again, there is nothing prohibiting a municipality from appropriating money to its rec and social services departments to them through the rec department and through the seniors department to fund programs.
We just have to look and see what they are. That's all. Ma'am, again, we're going to try and find what we need to sustain the groups and what you've become expected to through other means. That's the best we can do for from a tonight's perspective, is that give Committeeman Britting a chance to look into some of the options, and we can go from there. Come up, ma'am. Come up.
There's people online, and when you talk in the mic, they can hear.
More importantly, it's because it's on the record if you come to the mic.
All right. I don't know your name.
Name and
Mr.
address?
Bushell?
Christian, yes, ma'am.
You mentioned the shortage
Can we
of
have your name and address
inspectors.
first? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Esther Wallach, Murray Drive.
Murray Drive. Thank you.
Okay. We're neighbors. I didn't know that. You mentioned a shortage of inspectors, and that's going to bring in revenue. So a question is, what are you doing to encourage to get more inspectors? And do they have to reside in Hillsborough to be an inspector? So if they don't have to reside in Hillsborough, wow, go for it. I mean, what's the problem?
They don't have to reside in Hillsborough, but we can't pay them enough to draw them.
And there's
That's the problem.
Oh, brother. So it's a catch-22.
It is.
Other towns throw extra money at people to steal them all the
Mayor,
time.
Yep.
and
What's that?
to be
Other towns
honest,
throw money at them to steal them all the time. They jump around.
Well, how are you ever going to solve that then?
Well, that's the point.
that's the catch-22, but we've had inspector positions open for, I've been on the township committee for 8 years. It's been 8 years that have been open. And
8 years.
we've had less, and we get an inspector, then they come in as a retired, because usually what you get is a retired contractor that just wants to work and
Yeah.
has the license.
Right.
So a young kid coming out of school can't be an inspector. They don't have the chops, so to speak, right? So we pay a little over $100,000 a year for an inspector, 97 plus benefits, whatever. Other towns pay more, but we have had open positions. We don't even get people submitting their application.
Well, what's with the backlog? What are the people doing who have homes that need inspected? What are they doing?
So shared services, so we have part-time inspectors that work weekends that have jobs other towns and come in and help that we pay on an hourly basis. And then we have shared services with Branchburg and Montgomery. We all kind of help each other out because everyone is in the same boat. It's not just a
They're all in the
Hillsborough
same
problem. Everyone's in the same boat.
Brother.
So if you got kids, tell them to get in the trades. They can make money.
Exactly.
Yep. Thank you, ma'am.
Just one last point, since I initiated the explanation, and thank you very much for that detailed explanation. I found it very helpful, and I know others did as well, so it's very appreciated. And Committeeman Britting, thank you very much for helping us senior citizens to find ways that we can work together to enhance the situation. Okay, so I think that needs to be acknowledged here, that we're all on the same team.
Yep.
It's very difficult, it's hard to comprehend. Financial genius, I am not, but I did understand your explanation because you have this and you have that, and then there's this and then there's that. So you helped understand the $15,000 and the $15,000. So now step 2 is, what can we do to recoup what unfortunately was mandated? I don't like to use the powers above or whatever because it's not what it's about. So I thank you for that, Bob, thanks for volunteering, and I always say thank you for all of you because you do an awesome job.
Thank you. Does anyone else have a comment from the floor? Can I have a motion and a second to close public comment?
So moved.
Second.
So,
Thank you. Roll
so
call,
Mayor,
please.
sorry,
No,
Mayor, I
we
wanted
just
to make a
closed it.
motion not to close public comment because we will be talking about the budget
For
January,
tonight,
June
we're
6th.
closing it. Thank you.
We reopen
Can
it.
We're going to reopen it.
It'll be
Fine.
reopened.
It's on the record.
That's how it goes.
We'll reopen.
Can we have a roll call, please?
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeewoman Hand?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lapani?
Yes.
Mayor Payne?
Yes. Now, we have a resolution authorizing emergency temporary appropriations prior to the adoption of the budget. May I have a motion and a second to adopt the resolution authorizing emergency temporary appropriations prior to adopting the budget?
So I would like to make a motion that we amend this by removing the $3,200 for Township Committee salaries, and amend it to give that money back. I know we are not taking
Okay,
salary.
can we open it first?
But can we, I'm just saying, I want to amend it.
No, so that's not how it
Okay.
works.
Go
So
ahead.
we're going to open it.
Go
We're
ahead.
going to do a roll call, and then you're going to add a comment, and then that comment gets taken into account before we close it.
As long as we can
It's Robert
discuss
rules.
it.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Motion to open.
Motion and second.
Second.
Wait, who was the motion? Okay.
Sean motion.
Phil, can you get that?
And then we'll do comments, and then the roll call.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's now time to comment.
Sorry. Comments from the dais?
Now
Mayor,
you're ready to go.
I would like to
I don't make the law,
an
lady.
amendment to the temporary appropriations. There is $3,200 that is being allocated towards the salaries for the Township Committee for the month of June. We are not taking salary from July on. I propose we do not take salary in June either, and this $3,200 be removed. That is my motion.
Well, that's your comment.
Well,
For now, it's a comment. Comments from the floor? Or, sorry, are there any other comments from
Yeah,
the dais?
I'll just, so, for those who are kind of confused here, so, because we're not voting on the budget today, we have to continue
bills.
pay the bills, so this is they call the emergency appropriations, but basically allows us to fund the township till the budget is adopted in June at some point. So this is all this is. This isn't a budget or anything. This is basically, and 99% of it is salary and wage for all the departments, and some of our legal fees. So this essentially is just to allow us to pay the bills until the budget is officially adopted. So that's all this is.
With that said, are there comments from the floor? Okay, seeing none, can I have an amendment to remove $3,200? Is that the exact amount, Christian?
I'll trust her. I'm sorry, I don't have the rest in front of me, but yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I believe it's this item, it's the 1, 2, 3, fourth one down, is that correct?
yes.
Fourth item down, it says Marion
Okay.
Township Committee salary and wages, requested ETA. is-
Okay, I have it printed too. I just want to make sure that we're on the right thing.
Can I one comment though, Mayor?
Yes.
With regards to the emergency temporary appropriation, when we actually put the numbers together to get to the budget, we budgeted for the first half of the year. That's what these numbers get. So if the governing body is agreeing to, instead of not getting paid for the rest of the year starting July 1,
Yep.
it's going to be an earlier date,
Correct.
I have no problem with the amendment. That's up to you
Excellent.
guys too.
Of course. Right. So, may I have a motion and a second to adopt the resolution authorizing emergency temporary appropriations prior to adopting the budget, minus $3,200 for the Township Committee salaries?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeewoman Hand?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lapani?
Yes.
Mayor Payne?
Yes. So we have an introduction for a new ordinance. 2026-06 is an ordinance amending Chapter 188, Land Use and Development, Article 2, Title Guarantees and Inspection, Section 188-14, Inspections and Improvements of the Code of the Township of Hillsborough, Somerset County, New Jersey, to update owner-occupied engineering inspection fees. Further consideration and a public hearing to be held on June 23rd, 2026. I have a motion and a second to open the public hearing for ordinance 2026-06.
That's a typo. It should be introduced.
This is the introduction. It's not you, it's the paper.
I have a motion and a second to introduce
So moved.
the public hearing for ordinance 2026-06.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 20. Okay. May I have a motion and a second to introduce? Do I have to read the whole thing again? Jeez Louise. Okay. Ordinance adopting Sunnymead landfill redevelopment plan for the property identified as Sunnymead Road, Block 182, Lot 6 and 7.02, previously determined to be a non-condemnation redevelopment area, and amending Chapter 188, Land Use and Development of the Municipal Code of the Township of Hillsborough to establish a new Sunnymead landfill redevelopment district, the development of which would be in accordance with the redevelopment plan. Further consideration and a public hearing to be held on June 23rd, 2026. May I have a motion and a second to introduce the public hearing for ordinance 2026-07?
Second.
Thank you all. Roll call.
Yes.
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeewoman Hand?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lapani?
Yes.
Mayor Payne?
Yes. Claims list. May I have a motion and a second to approve claims list 2026-09?
So moved.
Can I have a second? Thank you.
Oh, this should be it.
Comments from the dais? Comments from the floor on the claims list only? Okay, thank you. May I have a, roll call.
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeewoman Hand?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lapani?
Yes.
Mayor Payne?
Yes. New business, seeing none. Public comments for matters not on the agenda. I will now open the floor for comments. Please keep in mind that this is comments for matters not on the agenda. Ms. Brink, please read the statement regarding public comment.
The Township Committee now opens the floor for public comment. To ensure a productive and civil environment for all, please approach the microphone, state your name and address, and spell your name for the record. The Township of Hillsborough maintains a strict standard of decorum. Please ensure your remarks remain respectful and focused on Township business. Each speaker is limited to a single 3-minute allotment. This is a forum for public comment rather than a dialogue. Please address all remarks directly to the mayor. We thank you in advance for your cooperation and for treating your neighbors, Township employees, and this committee with courtesy.
Comments from the floor. Do you have a comment, ma'am? Are you leaving? She's leaving. Okay. Not trying to call anybody out. It's not like a bad comedy club routine. We're just trying to get it all straightened out. I know. Please don't heckle. She's losing her voice again. May I have a motion and a second to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Oh, you have a question? Come.
Comment?
Take your time. Come on. I must say, these seniors are hanging harder than I am right now, and I'm very impressed with that.
Hi, Bill Don Diego, 12 Gould Court. I just wasn't sure if this was the time.
This is the
or not.
time.
Okay.
We got you.
Last Tuesday, I attended the Sustainable Hillsborough Steering Committee
Yes.
meeting. And my purpose for attending that meeting was to let everyone be aware that there is a very large grant worth close to $50,000 that's available to Hillsborough Sustainable Steering Committee.
Yes.
But it just needs someone from either the township who might be a liaison
Yep.
to the committee, or someone who would be in charge of representing the committee to get in touch with Leanne McGovern.
Are you referring to the JCP&L grant?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So I do have information for you on that. You emailed, correct?
I didn't email. I
Okay. Someone
wanted
did.
to email, but
You
there
have
is-
elves. They're helping you.
Excuse me?
I said you have elves. They're helping you. So the sustainability, I have a comment, if you don't mind.
Well, okay. I think I know what you're going to say, but it's, go ahead first. Go ahead.
Okay. The Sustainability Department did look into the program, and Hillsborough is not eligible to participate because we are not 100% serviced by PSE&G. We receive parcel service from G, okay?
Sorry, that's not true.
So you're not happy with that response,
Oh,
okay?
absolutely not.
Okay, so go on.
Okay, so again, the purpose of me going to the meeting was just to ask to be put on the agenda for the June meeting.
Okay.
I wasn't there to represent either PS or Sustainable New Jersey. It was just to get on the agenda so someone with some background and technical information could help the committee decide whether the benefits and the responsibilities was something that was worth listening to.
Right.
At that meeting, I served on Sustainable New Jersey for 6 years. I was chairman my last year. I know the process. I know how it goes. I sat there and listened to the same thing. There was hardworking people did for nothing, like everybody is doing now. Apparently, who's not taking a salary, but we on the boards and commissions, we just put our time in. Anyway, they were there for that. I think the information that I was to give them after the meeting was over, for that 10 minutes or so, was received pretty well by most of the committee members.
Okay.
However, I was told at that point that that might be a heavy lift and we don't have any time this year. Maybe if we have time, we could take it up in the fall. There is no July and August meeting, so this was, timing is everything with this.
Sure.
And what I wanted to do is just have them at least listen so they could decide are the benefits worthy with the responsibilities. And what I got was somebody who passed on that information, but the truth is, all they want to do is speak to someone either from the committee, from the township, and to say they want to move forward, because 94% of the township does have PSE&G in it, and have PSE&G for their utility companies. And it doesn't make a difference, according to Leanne McGovern, who is running this, and all they want to do is listen. Now, having said that, assuming that what I'm saying right now is right, is that just if somebody could just get in touch with them, there's about $50,000 worth of grants that are available, and what it's going to do is bring to the homeowners of Hillsborough close to $32,000 worth of 0% financing and rebates for every home. If we've got 15,000 homes in Hillsborough, even if 10% of the people responded to this, you do the math. 32,000 times 10% of.
Do you have an
15.
email contact for this person?
For Leanne McGovern?
Yes.
I can certainly pass that on.
Can you email me, please, at mayor.hillsborough.nj.gov?
Absolutely.
Please.
Look, I just got to say, to me, listening to everybody else and what they're going through with the budget, this is a lottery ticket. This is something that everybody in this town should say, hey, I don't have this, but you know what, this isn't so bad. $7,500 in cash rebates, $25,000 in 0% financing. If you need a hot water heater, if you need a furnace, air conditioner, if your home is run down, and this is a real. It would be a shame to say it's a too heavy lift. 7 months is all you need to do is fill out the application.
Okay.
Somebody from this town needs to say to Leanne, I think we're interested in this.
Thank
Okay?
you. Appreciate you. Any other comments from the floor? Okay, motion and a second to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, everybody.
Roll call. Committeemember